His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
I see in the next few months a noisy country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come.
Mr. President, recently we witnessed the demolition of the CDC headquarters in Comot Town, which was carried out through a court order. How does the administration ensure that such enforcement action are done fairly and without political interference?
The law is the law. It's not the government. It's the government implementation of the law. The police were ordered to do it, and they did it. Is that demolition is removal of the people from premises that don't belong to them according to the law.
Why will George Weah, who is tempted by Joseph Boakai, who was drowning in his Egypt land, who was dead, very red up, dirty, stink, you could find him passing around, particularly dead and useless. Why will such a man conduct make you Weah vex that you will struck the work and then lose God's own mission to take you to the promised land? That was the test of time today for George Weah. If George Weah had reacted, he would have fallen in the place of Moses.
The Liberian National Police commends the Congress for Democratic Change for the discipline, calm, and statesmanship demonstrated during the recent eviction process. Your respect for the rule of law, despite the deep sentimental value and history attached to the property, reflects a maturity that strengthens Liberia's democracy. This movement is not only a testament to CDC's leadership, but also a reminder to all political institutions and citizens that our democracy grows stronger when lawful decisions are honored peacefully.
Today, you have a rebel police director who thinks that he has arrived. And the worst thing about all these people, they all benefited from the magnanimity of George Weah. ranging from people on the bench of the Supreme Court, they got letters from George Weah. If some of them choose to pay him back with evil, it's up to them. The very Gregory Coma today, he worked in the previous administration when Weah came, he also got another letter again. If he chooses to do what he's doing, it's up to him. But one thing I can tell you for sure is this is how we had always been molded. That's how God has already molded Weah and catapult him into success. He will suffer rejection, denigration, humiliation. That has been his life. How can you make somebody who has been down the line their shame? The person has gone through shame. They have gone through disgrace. They have done everything they cared. Whatever people thought and were laughing at them, they surmount everything and catapult themselves into becoming someone who is towering that the whole world can look at today. What more can you do? You think you're bringing that person down? You're just hurting yourself. In fact, what you are doing, you are destroying yourself. You know what it takes for you to proud in yourself of being bad? When people are looking for good image, you are happy in becoming a bad person. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. Forever. Never, ever buy in to your tricks. A bad person, George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. Forever. Never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. He would never, ever.
There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. But I can tell you, there's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. But I can tell you, this is a bad example.
George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. He would never, ever.
There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. But I can tell you, this is a bad example.
George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. He would never, ever.
There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. But I can tell you, this is a bad example.
George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. He would never, ever.
There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. But I can tell you, this is a bad example.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong, and no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law Because the politicians will go away, the regime will pass away, but your country will stay, the law will stay, your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
It's another day again, people. Thank you so very kindly that you made us a part of your Tuesday itinerary. We appreciate you. Thank you so very much. Let's have a wonderful info time together. Real Talk Kings 88.5 on the 17th day of February 2026. The reign of Judah Christopher. I'm Sam Andrews. As always, Sam Andrews. To God Almighty, the creator and sustainer of the universe, the God who keeps watch over each and every person, the God who just faithful in all his ways, never reneging on his promises, but fulfilling every word that he uttered in the fullness of his time. We're grateful that he has brought us into this day to do what is right for his culture, his country. It's not an option, not a privilege, but an obligation, because everyone is a stakeholder nationally, and everyone will give account of whatever your position to get culture right. And that goes with justice. It goes with righteousness, and righteousness is doing what is right, speaking truth to power, telling the government it's wrong, looking at the politician and say this policy is wrong for the people, just everything right for humanity. Very many people think that, oh yes, when you are a politician, God has nothing to do with you. When you die, you're not going to give any political account. You're going to be just you're a human being. But listen, that is a blatant lie. You're going to be judged as president. How did you lead God's people? If you were a tyrant, if you were a despot, if you were a dictator, God will punish you for that. If you were a leader that led his people right, that gave them justice, that leader who gave them justice, who did not suffocate them, who did not allow them to groan in their hearts, God gives that rule, that leader, unfettered assets into his kingdom. If you think God is going to judge only on religious ground, you must be mistaken. You'll be living in the world of utopia. You're going to see, if you have the opportunity, I wish that you have, to witness the judgment, you will see bishop, apostle, prophets, and teachers and evangelists going on the other side with God's condemnation, because they failed to speak truth to power. They failed to exact justice, God's judgment. They look at the people groaning and every other thing. Well, a classic example, you see all of those despots in the Bible. Classic of all, Mr. Nebuchadnezzar. You saw what God did to him. He was a religious person, but God did not look at the religious aspect. God looked at how he was suffocating his people, how he was subjecting his people to one man's rule that everybody should worship him. So if you think that we have no obligation, no, we do have. God going to say, but Sam Andrews, you were on the radio, and I created that medium to get society better, to get Liberia's culture better. You didn't do what you needed to have done as per my instruction. God not going to say, Sam Andrews, you were a religious person, so journalist-wise, I will not hold you accountable for that. That is not true. Everything you're going to account of, and even people who destroy the earth, just so you know, they're going to be judged for destroying, exploiting the earth, the ground that God gave. So sit down in your respective areas and just wait for Sunday. You shout hallelujah, praise the Lord. When people are going through terrible times, suffering of all kinds, you see people inflicting pains on people, they're subjecting people to inhuman condition, and you look at it and say, oh yes, that our time, yesterday you had your time, all kinds of stuff. And you're going to see when you die, you're going to stand and God going to tell you, you were there and you cheered, you sang praises, you were excited, and you will say, if I had known. Yes, that is the God that we serve. If you are president, you are not exempt from political judgment. No, you're going to be judged. If you were a despot president, a dictator president, you will be judged for your dictatorial tendencies. If you were a leader, good leader, you're going to be giving unfettered access straight into heaven because you did what is right in the sight of God. And we see the thing in the Bible. We see good rulers, good leaders. God, move on with them, like them, help them. In the despot, what do you see? He turned his back on them. That's how it's going to be. The Bible is a preview of what is going to be in the future. So thank you. That is the God that we serve. I appreciate all of you. We are inspired by your presence. You are so good, so massive, so extraordinary. Thank you for coming on. Just out of our announcement folder, you are already aware of the King Support Basket. We leave it with you. Please, we are encouraging you, and we will always. Please accept us sounding as a broken record because we are partners. We complement each other. They numbered 0555-885-885. That is the same way. Some of you have been very responsive lately. Thank you ever so much. But let's do enough. You've done much, but we need you to do enough, and you can do enough. 0555-885-885. That is the same way for people around the world. Those of us in Liberia, we in Liberia, 0777-017-885. 0777-017-885. The local mobile money number. We need you. You've done it. You stay doing it. And please stay with us. Stay with us. Thank you. So let's get to some of the developments unfolding. Then we will focus on just two events. That's all. Just two. And then that will be doing it. Just two. The Lagos-based Dangote Group, one of Africa's largest industrial companies, has inked a $400 million equipment deal with Chinese construction giant XCMG to expand its Dangote Petroleum refinery. It aims to increase production from 650,000 to 1.4 billion barrels per day, which could make it the largest refinery in the world. The Dangote groups said the new equipment will support refining, petrochemicals, agriculture, and infrastructure projects. The 3-year expansion plan will also raise polypropylene production, a plastic used in everyday production, such as packaging, containers, and car parts, to 2.4 million tons per year. Mali has agreed to extend Canadian mining company Barrick Gold permit by 10 years after resolving a long-running dispute over control and revenue sharing at the Lulo Gokoto complex. Under the deal, Barrick will withdraw its arbitrator case at the World Bank Tribunal. In return, Mali will drop legal charges against the company, release detained employees, and restore full operational control of the mine. The agreement reflects the Malian military government's push to secure a larger share of mining profits amid rising gold prices. Barrick said newly identified reserves could support 6 years of open pit mining and 16 years of underground operations. The Lulo Gonkoto complex, Mali's largest gold producer and Barrick's most profitable asset, generated nearly 900 million in revenue in 2024. The United Nations Human Rights Office says migrants in Libya are subjected to widespread and systematic human rights violations, including killings, torture, enforced disappearances, sexual violence, and arbitrary detention. The office has called for an immediate end to the interception of migrant boats at sea and the forced return of those on board to Libya. According to a joint report by the United Nations Human Rights Office and UN Support Mission in Libya, migrants are routinely rounded up, detained, and abducted by criminal trafficking networks. These networks often operate with alleged links to Libyan authorities as well as transitional criminal groups abroad, enabling a cycle of exploitation, abuse, and impunity. And the Nigerian government has issued a stern warning to its citizens against enlisting in foreign armed conflicts without official authorization. It says such action violates both Nigerian and international laws on mercenary activity and exposes the recruits to personal serious danger. According to the BBC, the warning came after Ukrainian military intelligence reported that 2 Nigerians were in the war, allegedly after signing contract lost their lives. They died. And so spoke to Nigeria's Foreign Affairs Ministry spokesperson, Kembi Mbienfa, on the situation of Nigerian volunteering, on the other hand, signing contracts and then living in the war, and there is no reward for them to their family.
There are media reports that Nigerians are being recruited to be involved with armed conflict outside the country. Our missions in Kiev and also in Moscow have raised the issue with the respective countries, but both have denied that there is no official policy of recruiting foreigners to fight in the war. But from our own hand, we had reports where family members are approaching the ministry to complain about their loved ones being lured outside the country to be involved in crisis situations. So that warranted the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to issue a statement warning Nigerian nationals to be careful about GC offers abroad, for them not to leave the country under the pretext of working in factories or securing white-collar jobs, and only for them to be forcefully conscripted to be involved in crisis situations outside the country. It's not just about Ukraine.
Forceful conscription.
Ukraine. Yeah,
yes, what evidence do you have that it is forceful? You talk of coercion into signing military service contracts. How many Nigerians have been coerced, and by whom?
We don't have the figures. But there are allegations that they were lured outside the country, not telling them forthrightly that they are going to be involved in war, in fighting battles, but they were lured outside the country under the pretext of securing juicy job offers abroad. Not just
Who is
about
forcing them
Ukraine
to sign these military contracts?
Now, you have to listen to me now. We said there are intermediaries that are luring Nigerians to outside the country, offers of juicy employment, not just for Ukraine and Russia, but crisis situations in Sudan, crisis situations in Syria. But when they leave the country, their traveling documents are conscripted. That is the report that we have. There is no official verification on that situations, but that is why as a precautionary measure, we have to warn our citizens to be careful about accepting job offers outside the country.
And from the information that you have received, who has forced them to sign the military service contracts?
We have the Nigerian government is investigating the cases that have been reported to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, whereby family members complain that their loved ones were taken outside the country, but only to see themselves in crisis situations.
Right, because your statement was very clear about that they are coerced into signing these contracts.
Yes.
And you have just said here that there's forceful conscription. And so we would like to understand who is doing this to your citizens.
The government is investigating those behind it.
Are there any diplomatic engagements between the government of Nigeria and Russia?
We have diplomatic engagement with Russia. We have diplomatic engagement with Ukraine. But both of them have denied that there is no forceful conscription of foreign fighters to be involved in conflict zones. But we are making our findings. We are making our investigations to unravel those behind it. So it's not from what we have ascertained so far. What we have ascertained so far is not the government of both Russia or Ukraine that are recruiting Nigerians, but it seems there are intermediaries that are recruiting them. Then when they get to those countries, unfortunately, they are involved in crisis situations.
So how are these intermediaries linked to the Russian government? Because this is a war waged by Russia in Ukraine.
Both the Russian government and Ukraine are both denied involvement in the scheme. So that is why we have to widen our scope to investigate those that are behind those unfortunate acts.
Right. And you say that families have been coming to you seeking help. What kind of support are you offering to Nigerians who have been lured to go abroad to fight?
We advise the families to link up with, if the particular family members are outside the country, we advise them to link up with our embassies, either in Kiev or Moscow, to provide them with necessary details so that the ministry, the embassies or the government can pick it up from there.
There's the Nigerian spokesperson, foreign ministry spokesperson in Kembi in Biafra on the recruitment of Nigerians largely by a third party between the two groups that are clashing, Ukraine and Russia, the battle for supremacy. But those who are being recruited are not children. They are men. They know war. They know that war is either survival or death, despite the amenities or the benefits that go with it if one survives. They know that very well. So the reason he tried to give, or reasons, I don't think, in my opinion, they are germane enough, convincing, because they're moving in voluntarily. They're not moving. Conscription is where you move to take people against their will to get into the military. That's what conscription is. Enlisting is people move in voluntarily to be a part, to render a service. It can include voluntary, it can include reward. Meaning, if one puts himself forward to be enlisted in the army, it's the same as recruit, like the army authorities announced the recruitment of 600 human beings. So they can move in with that. It is not a conscription. Conscription goes with force. You take by force. You have no choice. That's what conscription is. Enlistment is where an arrangement, an announcement, voluntary, you move in. I'm saying it this way because they're using the word, or they use the word enlist. So if that is the word used, then the foreign ministry spokesperson in Kimby reasons not genuine enough because they went there voluntarily. So they cannot seek anything of reparation or benefit, whatever it is called. They went there voluntarily. Even if an intermediary or a third party came in to enlist them or cajole them into going either into Ukraine or Russia to fight, they know that it's a war. It's between life and death. And they chose to go in. And when they die, what there? That is why the two countries are not putting forth or not taking responsibility. They're simply telling the Nigerian authorities, we didn't force you people. We did not even make a request to you as a government. If people are coming in either Ukraine, on Ukraine side, or Russian side, is because they find a fit individually. It's not an institutional thing, it's individual. So we can take responsibility to give any benefit whatsoever. And individuals have to stop. They put it on economic grounds. Now, you can tell me hardship is in Nigeria as compared to Liberia, that they will leave everything, they go to fight for few dollars. It doesn't. But again, that's how they thought it out. But that's it. They are dead. They're dead. Ukraine said, no, we're not responsible. We didn't call your people to fight alongside us. They came voluntarily. We don't know them. Russia said, no, we don't know your people. They came voluntarily. We need reinforcement. Since they came to serve as backup to our guys. No problem. No problem. But if anything, we're not responsible. They have signed their own waiver. Waiver is you waive your life. Anything happen to you, that institution is not responsible. The United Nations mission, when they were in Liberia, they had that waiver agreement. If they are going out, they're going to do anything. If you choose to go, they will not stop you, but they will allow you to sign a waiver, meaning anything happen to you, whether accident or death, they will not claim responsibility for you. You are on your own. that your parent or parents will take care of you. Ome had it here. Some people took advantage of it based on what they wanted to get. Some of them today they are injured badly. Some they are dead. Some they were fortunate. All right. That's it for the foreign development. Let's go to what we've got. Terrible, very terrible situation. It's too bad. That's what it is. LIB. All right. Let's face it. Let's start with this one. No, let's start. So, information has it. Information has it. It is in the grapevine. That means that the news that is out, but that news is not a confirmed news. But in Liberia, every little thing that is said has some kind of substance, or every rumor has some kind of substance. You don't overlook it. It is being reported that the man, Peter Bonjala, Unity Party supporter, Peter Bonjala, who allegedly, along with his colleagues, gang raped the Liberian 17 years old boy, is out of prison on health grounds, that he's not feeling well, that he's sick. That's the news that is out. Also, the information has it that he's been flown out, or they are preparing to fly him out of the country. That he was kept in safe haven, not jail. And all of you saw his posture in the court corridor when he was being escorted, laughing. His countenance showed no remorse of his action, that whatever he wasn't going to steal in jail was just a matter of time before his party, his government protect him and let him to go. We are aware of how the government had been protective of certain people in this country and unprotective and hard against people from the opposition. The government, since its ascendancy, has always protected its own. They've always been the law when their kind is involved. And they will come out to say the law is the law when it is not their interest. Rather, if that person allegedly commits a crime or carry out a violation or an uncultural norm from the other side of the political divide. That's the report we have, that Peter Bonjala, Unity Party supporter, is out on health grounds, that planes are underway based on the information gathered to have him flown out of Liberia for medical checkup, while his victim is dying by the day. You see, Jeremiah 17:9, the heart of man is desperately wicked. He and his guides allegedly sodomized this child. The mother is grieving together with his other siblings. According to the mother, since the boy was taken to the hospital, nobody, not even Peter Bond Jala boss man, head of NSA, Prince Johnson, ever attempted to think about them. Least to say, people from the other side, except for few humanitarians that have shown concern, according to the mother. But nobody since the boy was taken to the hospital. According to her, the boy's condition is getting worse by the day, even though the doctors try some kind of way, and they still trying, but his condition is worsening. Why the man who allegedly did the act is being protected? His people are concerned about his health, and they want him to get out to get treatment. You see, this is Unity Party. This is the party that was critical yesterday. This is the party that was speaking against everything that it saw as wrong. Imagine if this had happened in Unity Party, in opposition. Imagine how it would have been. Just three boys, what did they do? They created a story. They said that former president Weah sodomized the three boys, took their kidney. That what they were doing. Can you imagine Unity Party in opposition? Everything that you see happening now to Unity Party, it is God that is exposing them, and you're going to see more damaging thing of Unity Party because of their devilish nature, their devilish act. You're going to see, listen, except you are not a Christian, but me, Sam Andrews, that's sitting here, I see it in the Bible. When God gets ready, when you do it so much, when it reaches the point that God's eyes can no longer behold your evil, he uses the same evil against you by exposing you. There's coming a time you will see Unity Party people themselves, they will confess broad day. God will expose all their hidden deeds, all their devilish intent. Except this boy, full grown, and he's not full grown to be a part of them. They did it on purpose. They did it with no regret. They knew the aftermath of the boy, whether he dies or he lives, not their concern. As far as they're concerned, they must do the act, and they did the act. Now, there's the information in the corridor that he's been treated well, and they want to take him out of the country. He's been out. He has not been in jail. He's been protected. He's been in safe haven. Safe haven in a political context means that you're in a place. They will carry you in, they say custody, but you are not in jail with the other people who committed. You are in a separate place. You are being protected. You are safe. That's what it is. Let's have a listen to the mother of the child. Have a listen. Hear her version. To the extent it went to surgery. It went to surgery. It went to surgery, and according to her, the boy's condition is worsening by the day. They decided to do surgery on the boy without seeking her approval first. By the time she got back, according to her, They told her they were taking the boy into the room to do a surgery on him. And she didn't have option because she's alone. And she also said that she was being tossed to and fro by a lawyer, a judge. Yes. Well, she called. I think she called all their names one by one. Let's have a listen to the lady. I'm not going to interrupt, given the nature of this. It's not politics. This is serious. That boy is dying. He's going gradually, and there is no concern whatsoever. Nobody wants to know how his condition is going. She said the government officials have never shown any concern whatsoever since the boy was taken there. Nothing, nobody. She is struggling by the day, and it's not easy. Let's have a listen to the mother. Okay, let's see. Let's go this way. The surgery. All right. Let's see this one.
Good morning.
Too many interferences. Sorry, when you have too many things already in a player, that what's happened. All right. Let's go with the surgery. Hear what she had to say on that.
5th of February, we'll be caring for surgery at the time at Thursday, which is the 5th of February. We'll be caring for surgery at the time I came to get stuff for him to carry to the hospital. My people, they barely tell me anything. The doctor did not tell me, say, this is what happened to your child. We carrying for surgery or something. Saying because he can't people like the reason we carry him. He didn't tell me anything. He thought that I was surprised that Wednesday, which was the 4th of February. When the nurse came to me and told me that we prepare your son tomorrow, he will be going for surgery. I said, what? He said, yes. But the doctor didn't tell you. I said that the labor told me, the doctor told the boy. He said, but the doctor should have told you. So that's how I started calling my Liberian people. I started calling all the public defendants. I can't get them. When I call the Solicitor General, which is a fire, he told me that he was busy. I should call him the next day. He was going to talk to me the next day. I called another public defendant on the case, which is Calvin Momolu. Councilor Calvin Momolu. I called him. I couldn't get him. He couldn't even call me back. I only called him so that he will come and be there as waiting to know what they're doing to the child in there in a sociological room. Send him not prepare for him yet. Don't only prepare him. None of them pick up my call. None of them. That's how the woman came for him. It was 2:30 p.m. in the afternoon. She said that your son was ready for him. So I should come for him. I escorted him on reach to the surgical room, to the door. The one told me, say, you get it in there, go back outside, or you will send her over there. Like I was sitting on a chair, all the people were waiting for that patient, and I was in there. I didn't waiting. She brought all her clothes and slipper and thing to me. Now I care about inside. I didn't say that down there. Later I said, no, man, let me go and be praying. I went inside. I started doing my lay prayer. Later I came outside again. But my heart was just beating. I came outside. I sat down. I started feeling dizzy. I said, no, I got to look to myself. Nothing was happy. When I came back, I saying, they carried him from 2:30. They left there. Later on, it was around 4. I saw that he was unconscious. They took him from all of the sociological room and carried him to the recovery room. There where he was lying down until it was 4:22. That time I have already gone back in the room now. It was 422. I saw the nurse. Like how she brought him, they lay him down, they lay for him, they lay him down on the bed and thing. Like how they left. They left after some time. He out open. I said, you can see me? He said, yeah. You can hear me? He said, yeah. You know the color like on me? He said, yeah. I said, okay, thank God, just rest. My Liberian people now small pin the child going through, you all see a video and thing. When I medicine left that child, tell the child coming down. La boy cry, eating all the bed she crying all around, holding the bed, he won't rule all the bed, break the whole bed. That's how we started calling the nurses, the king. They say, yes, I had the people hang paracetamol drip on him. Later on, I had the boy went to sleep in ladder. The doctor came. I said, doctor, what thing happened to my son? Up to now, they make not tell me what happened. But my Liberian people, they surprising part. The child did not poo for 1 month, 3 days. After the surgery, which was on Friday, on the 7th, the child went in the bathroom. On the 8th, the child went in the bathroom. Up to now, my son not going in the bathroom yet. When he did the surgery, he prescribed medication for me to bath for the child. I bought the medication, he said I'll make him toilet and thing. The boy is taking the medication, but he's not going in the bathroom. Say he went in the bathroom. And imagine he went in the bathroom before I bought a medicine to make him to toilet. He not going in the bathroom. And then Thursday they did it well. Monday they make him to see the boy. He said, how you coming on? The boy said, I trying small. He said, you alright now, eh? The boy said, no. My anus can be holy, it can be hurting me. It can be pinching all inside. He said, you'll be alright. Monday he tell me, say, oh, we'll be observing the man until Friday. Let's see if the toilet, at least the toilet will not be high and thing. If he will start pooping constantly, pooping normally. That's it, Monday, my Liberian people, the doctor went outside and tell the people, say the boy alright. They should discharge the child. They discharge the boy. The medication, almost feel like medication, I started giving him. We are just been there. They are not been giving him medication because he told the people to discharge him. So every time he'll be crying on his anus.
That's the surgery, what led to the surgery, the situation. So here is another explanation about the boy's condition.
What I was selling mass by the innocent man and his friends, along with his friends. My son was trying, but from last night, after whole of last night, he didn't sleep. He was crying. He said his anus was hurting, his chest was burning him and thing. The people have to give him penta injection for him to go to bed, for him to sleep, because they pin him. He cried until the white spit and all was coming from all of his mouth. He cried, trying to hold the bed sheet, putting his head, holding, and all the nurses got to come to him and think I even make a video so the public will know what's going on. Since the NSA made faith and mask my son, since he saw the mask and he along with his friends, my son was in a very critical condition when we took him at the hospital. The child was messing up too, or at the same time, he started turning with blood and all, bad blood. That bad blood was coming from all of him. 1 more, 3 days, my son never used the restroom. He didn't go in the bathroom. When his anus ready to hurt him, his back, his stomach, they will give him penta injection. Because at the time we took him at JFK, the administration and the BP people in JFK, they didn't know anything that we had such patient at JFK. So the doctor that was treating him, calling Weah, was not really paying attention to him. But later on, when the bad blood issue came out, when I talked to one of the patients in there, the friends, they put our money here and thing. I said the next time it repeats, I want you people for you to put the bad blood in pain so that you will take a photo of it, or you keep it and just call me immediately. I can't take the photo so the lawyers will see it, so they will know how serious my child is. And that's how I went early that morning. I took the photo and thing. I called the lawyer and showed him the photo. At the time they said, how the boy already. TFK had already discharged him, but he was only there for safety issue. When the lawyer raised that issue concerning the bottle with bad blood, the complication he was having, that's how they reopened his file again. They said they're going to start shooting him. The moment the police officer are there, one big police officer there, he was the one that helped us. He been help us. He started calling on all the BB people, the administrator and thing in the building. That's how they were able to transfer us on the VIP ward, on the private ward that patient and nurses were paying attention to him. They were seeing him and things. But still, the pain was worse on him. The pain was worse. The pain was still on him and he was not still using the bathroom. The pain was just worse. So like how they asked me, like how they think it happened to him, like why is so happy the nurses? I said like why is so happy, but the doctor like was down at the nurses. When the people came, they said they didn't see anything. So that's the reason why anything that happening to him, I can come call. So like you're already in his fire. So when the doctor came, like how they call him, they explain they were writing and thing. He came, he said, oh, Bonnet, I will check you. But the doctor said was helping to break me down, calling Boa or surgeon doctor from JFK. When he came out there, he was talking to the boy the way in which he was reacting with another male that was standing beside him. Acting like a labor faking thing or so. Like how, I don't know whoever talked to him or so. He went on Wednesday, which was the 4th. He came, he talked to the child nurse and told him, say, we'll be giving you pain tablet and tea, cooling the pain, will prepare you.
It was during the lockdown.
All right. So let's go to the next one. The next one on hearing the news that Peter Bone Jala was being processed to leave the country. This is how they reacted.
So last night, the moment we put the radio on, he put it because he got about the food. He started hearing, they start discussing about the men being also. They may try to leave the country. He break down. He said, oh, the men maybe are dying a day. Then the people won't pull him also. I said, nobody will pull him also. La bonne still last night. They have to give him painter injection. Before la bonne ladder. This morning, he just laying and briefing. The people say, but what happened? He holding on his chest. He say his heart burning him, his chest burning him. My Liberian people. Since my son was fêté mass par le high profile government official, the government, they are not making any progress. They don't even care. They don't want to know. They don't want to know. Imagine I've been lying down in the hospital. Money mancha. People have been calling me and telling me, say, Sata, you gotta wake up. You are well at the man also. I say, what the proof? I say, what the man did? Nobody will pull the man also. The man, I say, the man also. You know, the man are be me. The man also. I say, okay. Nothing in the dark forever. I say, in also, one day, God will expose him. Somebody will see him. Or he will go to your house. The thing I'm telling you, I'm breaking down. I'm dying slowly inside. Because Joseph Boca is not telling me, he can't tell me that he is not aware of what that is going on. Because Peter Bonjala is one of his Squad Unity Party members. And secondly, he's one of his high-profile government officials. So what happened to the Liberian people? What happened to our justice system? Joseph Boca has not come out to say anything. I even call on the first day. Her Excellency Malakantumu Boca. I didn't hear her saying anything towards my son. My Liberian people, I want you to join me and stand by me for justice. More especially the women. Because since my son was fated mass, China Ministry is not doing anything towards me in support or anything. They don't even know how I can buy my son medication to give it to him. Being in the hospital, it's not me because the child laying out there like free. The treatment and thing. They can push back the medicine on paper. I go buy it. God come first. Says Fina Camara come second in the child life. She the one have been so supportive to him, buying all her medication. Even at the time he was wearing papers, She was the one buying everything, down to the clothes, buying it. She doing everything for the child. Another lady reached out to me. They call her Sis Lauren. She be on spoon. She bought things then and carry for the child. My auntie reached out to me. A vicious skinny. These are the people. But when I say government has ever helped me, nothing. They are not making any progress. The only thing I know that Jenna did when they bought out 2 small paper pack at the time he was really leaking, 2 ORT cup, 1 small needle milk cup with the sugar, the sugar bars, like small sugar. Since then, my Liberian people how the child can eat, nothing. And the doctor said I should continue buying more food that the child will be eating so that he will be able to use the restroom. I'm a single mother of 4. No one there to help me. I struggle with all of my children. I now used to go to Joseph Burger office or begging for a job or any of them to beg them for scholarship. I struggle with all of my children. The government official can damage my son. Then now the government are not saying anything. The man is not in bitch. Which type of government we have in this country? I struggle with all of my children. I now used to go to Joseph Burger office or begging for a job or any of them to beg them for scholarship. I struggle with all of my children. The government official can damage my son. Then now the government are not saying anything. The man is not in bitch. Who there to help me? I struggle with all of my children. I now used to go to Joseph Burger office or begging for a job or any of them to beg them for scholarship. I struggle with all of my children. The government official can damage my son. Then now the government are not saying anything. The man is not in bitch. Help me. I struggle with all of my children. I now used to go to Joseph Burger office or begging for a job or any of them to beg them for scholarship. I struggle with all of my children. The government official can damage my son. Then now the government are not saying anything. The man is not in bitch. Which type of government we have in this country? I struggle with all of my children. I now used to go to Joseph Burger office or begging for a job or any of them to beg them for scholarship. I struggle with all of my children. The government official can damage my son. Then now the government are not saying anything. The man is not in bitch. Which type of government we have in this country? That the rescue is saying he came to rescue us? Me. I struggle with all of my children. I now used to go to Joseph Burger office or begging for a job or any of them to beg them for scholarship. I struggle with all of my children. The government official can damage my son. Then now the government are not saying anything. The man is not in bitch. Which type of government we have in this country? That the rescue is saying he came to rescue us? Me. I struggle with all of my children. I now used to go to Joseph Burger office or begging for a job or any of them to beg them for scholarship. I struggle with all of my children. The government official can damage my son. Then now the government are not saying anything. The man is not in bitch. Which type of government we have in this country? That the rescue is saying he came to rescue us?
That's it. Oh. Satan, I rescue them, Mama. I feel for you. I share your pains, your grief. I know what you're going through. It's not easy. Yes. And you're going to be in it for a longer time. And that boss life depends on God. Terrible. Too wicked, man. Unity Party. Peter Bonjala is a stalwart of Unity Party. The reason you see they're not giving it that attention, they pretended, because Peter Bonjala is a supporter of Unity Party. I bet you, if Peter Bonjala was not a member of Unity Party, did not support this government, another person, you're going to see how fast the government is going to be running with this. You have seen Gregory Cuomo having news conference 2-3 times a day, as we saw in the past with opposition members. How often you hear Gregory Cuomo talk on this? How often you hear the other people? Because he is a supporter of Unity Party. Thanks to that police officer, my dear brother, God will bless you. Thank you for helping that woman. You heard what she said? It was that police officer that started calling everybody, calling their attention to pay attention to the boy. Chief, we know you by name, but you did it. You did it. You did it on the basis of humanity. You did it because you have a child. God will bless you. God will protect you and protect your family. Thank you, Chief. Imagine, you hear what she said in the hospital. All of them, nobody showing concern. It was that police officer who started calling here and there to for people to pay attention on the board. And she decided to call the Solicitor General, who Augustine Fire was shouting all over the place in the arson case, that they have all the evidence. People who burned our sacred building were prosecuted. This one, they're not building. So they ain't have time. You heard the woman? The woman said, and the man knows about the woman's condition. Look at that kind of heartless individual. Such a situation, they say, I will call you back, as if the woman was begging for help. You see, and you see them, and you see United Party people, you see these people, you see how they operate. Now, that man, as far as he's concerned, and the rest of the people, the lady ain't related to them, the boy, and so even if he dies, they ain't get time. Their child or children saved, they're moving. Look at it, and the lady said she called Augustine Fire. She knows the man very well. She said the Solicitor General. She said the Solicitor General. That means she knows him very well. She said she called him, meaning she has his phone number. And he answered. According to her, he told her that he will call her back. Instead of saying something to the lady, knowing fully well that she's already traumatized, she down. This condition of her son could even carry her. And to serve as that therapist, give her kind words. Even if you want to show up, man, say things to the woman that she will, at least it will not increase her trauma. Says Fina, thank you. God bless you, mama. All the people that try helping some way, somehow. As long as you have done it, you have not done it for that boy, as you will see, but you have done it unto God. And God will reward you people. God will protect your family. Everyone who, by whatever your position, I'm just telling you that's how God operates. You think that, oh yeah, because you have the money, you have the position, so you show no concern. You know very well that your own Unity Party officials, the other guys are on the run. They show you no concern to go after them. But if it was opposition, you hear them calling press conference 2-3 times a day and saying, we have sent Interpol a light. And anybody have information on this person, the police or the government place a bounty or a reward of 10,000 or 15,000 United States dollars. But because Peter Bon Jala is a member of Unity Party, so they acting like nothing happened. But God there, the same God that existed in the days of old and exacted justice, that same God in this time, in this Unity Party government time, that the same God watching over all of us. What a Peter Bon Jala yell, he out of the country, wherever it up to you. One good thing I know, man, God can allow his soup to get cold before he drinks it. Charles Taylor was here. We saw it. Charles Taylor government officials were doing all kinds of things to people here. You're going to ask Charles Taylor, he in a Hague. His government officials were doing all kinds of things. They were very pompous and arrogant and felt that they had everything unto themselves because they had car, they had money, they had the power, all kinds of stuff. People were groaning in this country. People were crying. They were subjecting people to all kinds of inhumane treatment. They were turning their back on people. When God got ready, Charles Taylor's own officials, God started going after them one by one. Charles Taylor couldn't believe it. The how Charles Taylor ran, he called Kotu Brown and how they call the other man, I think he's dead now, called Reverend Pleasant Harris, and the other people called Liberia for Jesus Crusade. They ran to ATS. That why Charles Taylor fell on the ground and said, "Oh, God, forgive Liberia." It was because Charles Taylor officials, he could not understand what was happening. He could not understand from one official to another, from one official to another. You go ask Charles Taylor. He in the head. Charles Taylor called Kotu Brown. Kotu Brown, right? Bishop Kotu Brown. And on the radio, and saying that I'm not talking in corner with the 2-3 friends. You are Kotu Brown. Kotu Brown, right? He always having news conference on this government and other things concerning the country. Kotu Brown, at that time, he had his office where the intersection of Broad and Johnson Street. Broad and Johnson Street. You know where they get that entertainment center? Up there, man. Up there, just before hitting the intersection of Broad and Kerry, where the buses can go and park. Just when you cross Gabriel Tucker Bridge, you cross that intersection, you pass the Lutheran Church. The Lutheran Church? No, the Lutheran Church over there. The Presbyterian Church. You cross the intersection where they have that entertainment on that side. All the buildings of Kotu Brown was in that building. He and his wife were running that NGO. Some of that NGO they had. Pleasant Harris, all the other people there, man. I just can't remember their names now. Pleasant Harris is dead, but Kotu Brown stay around. They had that thing called Liberia for Jesus Crusade. The first person that God hit was Prince Johnson. The security NSA boss, now his father. From there, the other people, Charles Taylor did not know the government official, did not know what was happening, how it was happening. You overlook this government when you're doing certain things on earth. And you think because you have the power, you have the money, there is one person who has the final say, oh, Ayaka. When he gets ready, and this is what God hits to the core. Sodomy. That's the reason he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah without regret. United Party official Peter Bonjala and his colleagues intentionally, willfully, unregrettably, allegedly sodomized the boy, and then the people abandoned him. Look what the woman is going through. They're showing no remorse whatsoever. Peter Bonjala was on the court ground. They say they put him on here and the man laughing. Man enjoying himself. He lecturing with his colleagues. Many mission accomplished. We finish with that one. My people will protect me. My people will free me. But y'all continue. We're getting there small. Y'all continue. Y'all continue. Few months from now, we'll be in 2027. Then y'all will know. Right now, no, the law is the law. Nobody saying the law is the law. Because it doesn't concern as a unit, it doesn't concern an opposition person. A unity party supporter, so the law is the law. Going to bed. Wicked people to the core. Okay, you have your say on that. Let's get to this one briefly. So the Ministry of Justice. The Ministry of Justice. What do we have here? Amen. You can never live without the parcel. Yesterday you said there was no understanding in the communication flow. There was a distortion. The ministry will say one thing, at 2 o'clock, then they come back and say another thing. We see the same thing in Unity Party government. Last week, they said nobody will use sarin. They said nobody. They mentioned the lawmakers, the speaker, deputy speaker, pro tem lawmakers. When they released their statement, I look at that line. I said, this is where the confusion will be. Speaker, deputy speaker, pro tem, all regime people should not use sarin. Fast forward, the guys, some of them, they went to the House of Representatives. They got scared. They said, no, we didn't say that. In fact, 10.1. 10.1 say lawmakers should use sarin and use sterling. Say, oh, you can't do yourself. So what is happening? There's distortion of information, lack of coherence. You say one thing, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, you come back to say another thing, you say you're clarifying. How can a government just be clarifying? It does not make sense. It means that you are not organized mentally. What led you to include lawmakers in your statement first? If the people had not summoned you, you would not have made clarification. Because they summon the Justice Ministry people, they say, no, we ain't said I won't. In fact, lawmakers then can use sarin. In fact, they can even use the tailing. Come on. Even at that, you need to squash that. Lawmaker cannot use tailing. Lawmaker should not use no sarin, no fourth lane, no fifth lane, no sixth lane. What do you have here for lawmakers to use tailing? You just create unnecessary traffic jam. Why extra in a lawmaker that he can sit in a traffic? He has to sit there, or she has to sit there to experience what the people go through. When you get to the legislature, then you will focus on the people go, then you will focus on development. Sometimes you need to allow these people to experience what the people they refer to as ordinary people go through. Let it sit in that traffic jam. You gave the people free access. You gave them unfettered access. So they sit over there. They do nothing but to enrich themselves and just feel comfortable. People calling them honorable, when they don't know what honorable is. You need to allow them to sit in a traffic jam. You give privileges and preferences to everything those people on that side. No reason why they too, they delegate, they take their responsibility, they put it on the lap of the executive. The executive can use them and toss them to and fro. Call themselves first branch of government. First branch of government where no essence, no value. So the Justice Ministry say, he said, no, we made a mistake. Last statement we released. You're sorry. We made it was an oversight. Lawmakers can use sarin. So it means when President Buakai goes somewhere, I can see why. You see the disorganization? I can see why. You know that one time President Buakai went to the church, and then the police director waited ever so long. He slept, he woke up, he enjoyed himself, finished with everything. That time he arrived. Traditionally, they say when the president enters, nobody can enter. And that's what they used to say. So in Buakai government, not there. Because we're saying when Buakai sitting down, people walking in. They're walking in as if the president not there. So it's going to be now, you hear when President Buakai going on the other side with sarin, one lawmaker on the other side with his sarin, deputy speaker, if he's not in the president convoy, he on the other side with his sarin. The pro tem, if she's not in his president convoy, she on the other side with sarin. So everybody will be all over the place with sarin. Yesterday, this thing here came up. What did they say? They said the country was noisy. They said all the president, we have people are using sarin. They start arguing. These same people in opposition. It wasn't a small argument in this country. Most of the police people sitting at that police station listening to me, they know. They discussed it the same way. And they came out with restriction. One of the arguments that was in this country in Weah's time was the tailing. The lawmakers coming and returning from work. And the emphasis was on lawmakers coming to work. And there is traffic jam. They argued that in the legislature during Weah's time. These same guys in opposition, they said, oh, there should be no tailing. They argue. Yeah, man, I was looking for some of the clips today, but time did not allow me to bring some, so you hear the argument. Today, they want tailing. Oh, hey, man. Hey, God. Yeah. Listen, you just have to have a clear heart so that you don't experience difficulty in the future. Because when you have a dirty heart, because you're not there, you argue everything. When you're there now, nobody should argue it. That's why God meant when he said the heart of man is desperately wicked. Only evil people can put such behavior in their mind and demonstrate it. So the youth minister, the youthful minister, she was confirmed as minister. 20 senators did go for her. The youthful minister, so she was confirmed on the basis of she youth. Petty again in our country. Petty. So when she start messing up now, what you will say? She youth. When Cornelius Christ start messing up, it should not reach our ears. So, because when it reach us, we will tell you that youth, that nursery, that tabula rasa. So nobody should complain, you leave her. Let her continue to mess things up. She will get better with time. I'm giving you the argument now because you're putting on youth. She youth. So they confirm the youth. When the youth start to mess up, all of you who base your argument on youth for confirmation, you should not say, you should not complain. When you start complaining, we'll tell you, no, you leave the woman. The woman is 100% right. She's youth. She's in nursery. She has a tabula rasa mind. She will get better with time. She needs to be nursed and nurtured. Why am I saying this? We have to stop stooping so low on certain things. Go for competence. Whether Cornelius Christ is 15 years old, that's not the issue. Whether Cornelius Christ is 10 years old, you look at the competence. Joshua was. Look at Josiah's age. As young as he was, they look at the competence. And guess what? He delivered. His colleagues did not look at his age. They look at the ability that he had and say, come on, this man can do it. And truly he delivered. Because when you put it on age, when you fantasize age, when the person starts to blow on, you don't get anything substantial to say. You can't. Let's stop this whole thing. You. Everything youth. So much so people who in their 50s, in their 60s, and still call them youth. They call themselves youth. You look at what the person can do. So you wait and see. She was nominated. The first thing, let me tell you, because we observe it in this country for years, the first thing that anybody who is appointed as minister will have to grapple with, you need to have a thick skin. If you have a soft skin, you can make it. It's public criticism. When you below ministerial position, you are not criticized much. The emphasis isn't on you much. Except something you do or you say. Look at the deputy ministers in his country. How often you hear deputy ministers being criticized? How often you hear assistant ministers being critiqued by the media or in the media? How often? Only one. The attention is always on minister, president, president. The attention, the camera focuses on you. The moment you are confirmed, that is a whole world by itself. When you are deputy, when you are assistant, the attention is not on you much. Just claim the louder ministerially. You see the attention. Guess what's going to happen? That's the first thing. She will have to cope with criticisms. Strong criticisms too. She's going to be in the media every now and then. Apart from the niceties, going to cabinet meeting, enjoying all those things then. Once you cannot cope with the media pressure, public criticism, you can deliver. Because what's going to happen? You'll be reacting to everything. And once you start reacting, you turn to that reactionary minister. You're done. One morning, you'll just hear the president has replaced you. Ask some of the ministers that are in this place. Being at that ministerial level is different. It is a whole world by itself. It's not just how it sounds pleasant and the portfolio or everything that goes with it, but it is a whole world by itself. Being a deputy minister, you are more relaxed. Assistant minister, the pressure on you because you are the boss. You are the one superintending everything. You have to be energetic. You have to be far-sighted. You have to be aggressive. You have to stay overnight. There will come a time that she will have to be at that ministry for up to 8, 9, 10, getting things done. And you're not going to say, because a woman, I got to go home and my husband tell her, no. That's why in government not for boys and girls. Government of men and women. So she confirmed. All right. I'll say congratulations to Miss Cornelia, fine name. She has a fine name. I guess her father liked that name. So when she was born, they gave her that name, Cornelia. The fine name. The man for that, the male for that is Cornelius. The female is Cornelia. A fine name. So let's say congratulations to Cornelia Kra on her ascendancy, nomination, confirmation, ascendancy to the position of Ministry of Youth and Sports. Right, madam. So you know that the speaker, and if I can get to you know that the speaker is, the burden has left the speaker. I don't know whether it's going to be permanent or temporary. He's now in the news again for his infidelity stuff, marrying to his own sister, having sex with his own sister, the sister claiming that they had sex. They asked her, you and the man, you have any sexual affairs? Her response was, what kind of man, husband and wife will not have sexual affairs? They asked her, you have child or children? She said, no child, children. Then the other woman, Vermont, come up. Vermont said, oh, but the man gets son. The man get time to support his son. All those things. The man in the media for almost 2-3 months. Family came with so-called defense. So nobody talking about the regime speaker and his infidelity. So psychologically, he's relieved, Yeah, probably, I don't know whether it's going to be temporary or or permanent. Because the lady too, it looks like people talk to her, she said, let me lead it to you. She gone by America. So why did she raise all those concerns? If she will not pursue it to the letter, why? Why did she do that? The regime speaker has the right to sue her for damage. But he relieved because nobody talking about it again. He relieved. Now, you know that thing play on him. Actually, he was just acting like he's strong, but it broke him down. It even silenced the woman. How do you guys say? The Speaker of the House of Representatives is my spouse. Yeah, in her baritone voice. It silenced her. Magdalena Cooper. You see the way she was hard all over the place. You can see them moving around again because she too. It looks like she's thinking that I have to be careful with this thing here. Let me take my time, Mr. Speaker. Why it is true that we are good friends and XYZ, but I think you need to step back a little bit and look at it good, settle everything, make sure that the field is clear. Let me do mine so that we can walk on the field unhindered. Look, because you don't see Magdalena Cooper the way she was into everything. Rachel Kun on the side, she dead. Rachel Kun goes, so she dead. Rachel Kun in the sky, she dead. Rachel Kun goes under the ground, she dead. Rachel Kun goes in the moon, she dead. Everything she talking all over the place. You can see it? It looks that situation put some that sense in your ear, in your head, and say you have to be careful. All right. So that's it. Let's read a few of your comments, then we go to the line, and then that will be doing it for today. Crispin Dunn said, because someone warned her to leave before. No, man. How will you say that? Samson Moga, with the kind of Liberian leaderships, the impoverished, underdeveloped West African struggling nations remain a perpetual tendency of national failure on the face of modern civilization, Africa. Emmanuel Bro, it's so unfortunate that the alleged sodomy perpetrator, Peter Bonjala, has been set free from prison. My heart goes out to his victim and the mother of the victim. Liberia has only turned into a bad situation country under the presidency of Joseph Yeman Boakai. God, please have mercy on our country. But, bro, it's not proven yet. That's what in the grapevine. That is what is in the grapevine. It's not proven yet. The court hasn't said anything to that. The police hasn't come out to confirm whether the man is released or not. The police turned him over. So he's in the custody of the court. If he's released, it is not the police to say. The police charge him and send him to court. The court took custody of him. As far as we know, and as far as our law is concerned in this country, Peter Bonjala is still within the perimeter, is still within the custody of the court. So everything that is out is just assumption, presumption, perception, and people giving it whatever interpretation they can give it. But as far as we're concerned, he is still within the custody of the court. Philip Tokpa, these lawmakers should be waking up early so they can get to work on time. They don't need serene. They need to wake up early. Philip. Yeah, because they can embarrass people. Yeah, we don't have alternative routes. So everybody using one traditional lane. Then you would think that the president coming. You just hear behind you, well. Everybody says, oh, the president coming, the president coming. Only to go see some lawmaker and we're gonna let it play using forcing a passing on a sidewalk. What can I tell him? We get telling in this country, sir. LIB, we let it raise our morale when nothing they're telling. That fourth lane. Gabriel West said, no, man, y'all lead the people, y'all lead that one. Ruth Boudreau, I'm really sorry for the mother of the boy. Yeah, share her pains, her hurts, her frustration. It's not easy. Terrible. Paris Lobot, these Yuppies are witchcraft, evil, looking for blood. You see the better. I'm going India cover the best bar with. Philip Togba, God will punish those wicked people for damaging our youth. Yeah, yesterday they say George Weah people are damaging the youth. They say George Weah bringing drug in the country, drug in the country, youth rather. Yeah. Unity Party people, they're sodomizing. So what is the difference? You said yesterday, George, we were drugging the country, you bringing drug into the country. You use that as your campaign. Look at this one. Your own Unity Party man damaged that ball. Listen to the man's mother. Hey, man. Your own Unity Party people.
One small milk cup with the sugar, the sugar bass, like small sugar. Since them are like when people have a child can eat, nothing. And the doctor said I should continue buying more food that the child will be eating so that he will able to use the restroom. I'm a single mother of 4. No one there to help me. I struggle all of my children. I live and now is to go to Joseph Burger office or begging for a job or anywhere there to beg them for scholarship. I struggle all of my children. The government official can damage my son. Then now the government are not saying anything. The man is not in so bitch. Want there to help me. I struggle all of my children. I live and now is to go to Joseph Burger office or begging for a job or anywhere there to beg them for scholarship. I struggle all of my children. The government official can damage my son. Then now the government are not saying anything. The man is not to help me. I struggle all of my children. I live and now is to go to Joseph Burger office or begging for a job or anywhere there to beg them for scholarship. I struggle all of my children. The government official can damage my son. Then now the government are not saying anything. The man is not in so bitch. Which type of government we have in this country that the rescue is saying he came to rescue us?
That rescue. They call it rescue damage. Rescue damage. The rescue damaged the ball. Rescue damage. That mama. That I feel your pain or SATA. And small thing you going through. Please try to help SATA, man. That small thing. You know what it means to be in hospital. In Liberia, everything, every tablet, you buy it yourself. Every tablet, everything, you buy it. And that boy's condition, that woman spends more than 200 to 300 US on a daily basis. The Unity Party, people damage the boy's soul. Unity Party people. Let's go to the line, have your say. Don't forget about the basket, the King Support basket, please. 055-885-885. That's the same wave. 055-885-885. The local mobile money number 077-017-885. 077-017-885. Please drop whatever you can in that box. Let's go to the line. Go straight to the point. I want to take as many of you as I can. Moreover, cut your radio off before you call. Don't keep the radio on loud and you call. If you did, then you will go off. Cut the radio off first, then you call so that you will get through. If not, the feedback will be terrible. Hello.
Hello, Uncle Sam.
Hello.
Hello, Uncle Sam.
Yeah, I'm getting you. I say hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. We're doing fine. Thank God for life. And you?
Tali.
Let's hear you, Tali.
Tali.
Yeah.
When I was talking, they do sorry for I said here a height. You know what I mean? So who's trying to struggle with the children? No father, no family. Tell somebody can spoil my child. Then government taking down. They give 400. They take the left here. Take the sick. So the main important than the child where you spoil. They do this. They do for scripture. They do for scripture. I swear, it's do for scripture. I see you.
All right. Hello.
Sam.
Yeah.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine.
Yeah, my PhD study for PhD. Hello?
Man, Beatrice, you on the air.
Yes, and Tim, I really paid that woman me a really a paper of condition too bad. But you know, Tim, on the other side, in a labor too, he for a very powerful. I feel for her, and now nobody can even vote for her to go to the child to go to the car. But that child, and you know that it's like that on our name, so same on our labor. It was a social labor. What did it go on that new time when the 3 person went on with that labor? The way you said that problem. So it was a social labor because as I left from the very beginning, it was only 29. November 29, the first time that Minister of labor, it was November 29, before December 24th. So all that labor to his ticket, why he couldn't tell his mother? He's supposed to tell his mother. So look at why he's going through now. We are taking him here. Later, thank you for having me.
All right. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Sandra.
Good afternoon.
Yes, it's all I'm calling from Jeffrey. Sandra, thank you very much. I want to tell my sister she must look up to God.
Sata, call Sata.
Sata, you must look up to God when you listen to him. You must look up to God. Nothing will come out of it. And God will pray along with you that your son, God will use your son. But there people, they are wicked. Now they're not able to talk. Why quarter brown? Yeah, the people from here, the woman, the man, your government, when you support damage your ball, they are not able to talk. Why to open your mouth when I protest that day? Let the damage. The boy still leaking. They call the man outside, the man about to run away. You must say, if you're leaving, you got a lot of the outside.
They import the man outside. They import the man outside. No, they import the man outside. The man in the. No, you saw him?
So where the end now? When they can spin
you saw him. You said. Wait now. You said they put the man outside. You saw him.
I was saying with you during that time they were wearing black clothes. There's women there. They just be in the street to go and go to President Weah. So they said they must but now they can't talk now.
All right.
Because that you're stuck.
Hello.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Mr. Andrews.
Good afternoon.
Thank you very much, Mr. Andrews. I'm Spencer Mohammed, and I call my Popo Corner, down Coast Spoon Hill, Western Community. Mr. Andrews, thank you. As I sat by my radio and listened to that my lady crying, that our mother, that Liberian mother crying, tears begin to run down my cheek. Look, Mr. Andrew, history has its own way of repeating itself. This, in my mind, it is a trademark of Unity Party. I can remember back in those days when India took back issue raised up. This was the same Unity Party, and today it is this Unity Party. My sister, we share your sorrow. But today, the loudest voice of yesteryears, the lies of Jumbly Kanga Yorens, the lies of Reverend the Nigerian Council of Church president at the time, how do you call him? They are no longer talking again. Reverend Cotto Brown. Where is Reverend Cotto Brown? Where is the Islamic community chair? Where is Chief Imam Krai? Imam Krai, another star of Liberia, is bleeding. What have you to say? Yes, you people were the vocal voice. You condemned everything, and today you guys have remained silent. History will hold you people accountable for what you brought to us today. Because today, the voice of yes, they are silent today. And impunity is gradually engulfing our country. History will judge you. The next thing has to do with Corina Kratokba. You know, Mr. Andrew, some of us, we are not against useful leaders. But it is this thing unity party that question the appointment of people like Jefferson Kogi, Mamasi Kaba, and the last of Afin we said in government yesterday. They described them as being inept. Will they say Corina Kra is inept? Will they say that this government is a Chinese government because Corina Kra is being confirmed as a minister? Look, these guys were hypocrites yesterday, and today everything they condemn have engulfed them and they have nothing to say again. These guys, in my mind, they did this thing to destroy President Weah, and President Weah being far-sighted, he protected us, and today we are here critiquing them. We are thankful to President Weah for giving us the opportunity to see what we are seeing. Mr. Andrew, thank you very much for always giving us the opportunity to check in on national issues. Thank you very much.
Hello?
Good evening, Brother Andrew.
Yes.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity. My name is Robert Bakoya, calling from 17th Street, Battery Avenue. My brother, let me first appreciate you and the King family for making the Liberian people voices to be here, such a program. Thank you very much. You know that the kind of government the people wanted, especially when they say rescue. You know, yesterday, former President George Weah was accused of 3 missing boys who left in my area in St. Paul. They said, President Weah, you took those boys, you came here today. But if it was President Weah time, even if you go to Flusha, you hear people discussing the labor business. But nobody discussing it. Only you people are on the citizen of this country side that you're trying to discuss it. They even can't carry it on the radio station again with another body that or phone in Bon County, what the women and black the mirror. So you see what is happening in this country? When people are all here insulting people, telling people that when you beyond CDC, you don't know what you're living for because your brain is you got problem. Telling people, look at what is going on in this country. Everything is going here, everything just going wrong. And I don't know what I would get president in this country. Everybody just doing their own thing. They person will just work on and do their own thing. What they cannot see here, somebody else's own child with the suffer for so long. Children that sodomite. The government not even talking. The president will call, they say the president. He not even try to say that he will be, let me try to early engage the lady, the mother of the child. Nothing. The gender ministry, who's supposed to be there for children and things, nobody talking. The youth and sport ministry, nobody. Everybody just quiet because they are all become bare boys to this so-called rescue government who is just here to kill Liberian people every night. Then look at how the people ran with it. The business in this country. These things are happening to children. Look at the other guy that sodomized the people, daughter, 14-year-old child. That sodomized or rape. Today, nobody is talking. Everybody quiet. I don't know. And somebody said the last time when I listened to the person say the people use to come back to power. They are trying to say the elite, but I don't want to believe it.
All right. Thank you, sir. Hello.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Me and my daughter, I'm not
no, you have to give chance to the next person. That's why you go straight. When you call, you go straight to the point. You don't have to take all day. All of the lines are ringing.
Okay, thank you very much. Because the one person we are one official there.
Okay. Hello.
My name is Andrew.
Yes.
Oh, this is the Copper Boat Chairman, and I'm really I join you from Sokola District 4. Mr. Andrew, thank you for your show. But I really touched when I heard that mother, that lady, running like people to stand by home. It was so pathetic. And finally, the Council of Churches is the one I'm speaking to this afternoon. Council of Churches, that woman is speaking to you directly. You got a Dico as a fan or a president of this country. Dico Bwaka is the president of this country. And somebody child, one child, then Sodom Mars. The boy was against Sodom Mars. And the boy is dying. And we see in the judicial system of our government, the chief justice, all the justices, they are going after trivial things. What is so grievous they are living in style? That is against the norm and culture of the church. Suddenly it's against the church teaching. The deacon is a president, and a government official, a pageant star is involved in this, and he has meted himself. Council churches. Why not speak for one so that history can remember you? So that tomorrow you cannot fall on the wrong side of posterity. Why? In the past, you got to.
You went off, oh, Chief. All right. You went off. Hello. Hello?
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. What's your name? What's your name?
My name is come out from Tansia West Point. I know you feel away because all we are women. You get your now more people and tell the child, but I cannot for one person. Everyone are women. What thing you're calling for your one? But we can't say that kind of thing I live with stealing it. That kind of shopping I live with prostitution or me, I tell her to take courage. What you need everything will go. Come will fight a battle. But I don't know what a government do about it. What a woman that I used to wear a black job we are gay. What a also. Job we are gay, one raping case or not raping case, or they will lie, they say like the government are raping like girl. So they will wear all black on the street with placard in their hand. They question we are man, we are far. What are they actually? We are getting another council. And right to the entire. And rest of the time, but
if that women you're waiting for to come outside, you're forget. I think that in the next war, all the people then they were against George. We are the supporting Bwaka. You can hear any one of them talking.
No, but all the church, what the Muslim and so
you leave all those people.
So they get careful for the Liberian and the Liberian will get down and allow you to do it. When something happens, nobody helping up. Nobody helping up. They just say you are coming to talk soon time again. Me, I'm coming to get Sonny, I'm coming to go on a street for her blessing the banana. I have tomorrow and fast tomorrow. And I want to get you to go anywhere. Because you feel the pain. You feel the feel.
Okay.
So, you feel the pain.
Hello?
Yes, sir,
yeah, G's partner.
Yes.
What's the G? What the G's you get?
Yeah, I was listening to you just now talking about the Sekuna and woman around the place. They said, let me get the G that happen now. Which is not around the place, you will take home. Yes, the G now. So they are here that you have is, they make sure you call this what you want. I don't want to go around with it home. You do that one?
Oh, no. Say, me, I hear nothing good.
I say,
no, I'm gonna go your line cracky.
Okay, what I'm saying here is that you said let's get to the place.
Yeah, I say when I Richard could relief because the media are not discussing it again, yeah, and they saw he relief. And the woman too how they call Magdala Cooper, she distanced herself because she not really inside as the way she used to be. Yeah.
I don't say she did say herself, no, not everything. Let me get you the G's now. Yes, and I did not want to get she said, don't look off. So we don't make a boyfriend now.
No.
But it's this. When you say you get something again, laughing.
Let's do it.
But I don't want to and say, oh, I got AIDS. And then them I told just something that when I did the best take on now. So she a friend now to be with who on the my spy, no more spies. She a friend now. What did not get the AIDS that what she take people? So now don't say
so who the woman say she get AIDS?
Oh, you see the more Facebook?
No.
Okay, she get all we on here, you see her. Yeah, go 2 days.
So what the woman, but who will get AIDS? Then you just can't all you talking it out. I think that you know, and you know how you looking people can be scared to just talk it because when you talk it, everybody will be afraid of you.
They want telling them that they're putting what they want, man. Then they must say, "Will answer that." It's more how you said they want telling you that he got it.
Oh, but you believe that woman G's partner?
Enough small child. The one responsible, ethical woman talking that thing. That's 2 year old child.
So G's partner now you that one made Mandela couple a friend?
And that what you think I say. So I want to be proportional now. So when you see that one like going to say small how do you say? You want to say go check out. So no one for you got it.
That one about she real pressure Google in the whole married video.
I'm telling you, no.
Now I'm pressure glow.
You want to go cool. So now one last thing, I gotta be coming back small.
I see you, man. That one pressure glass. I see you. Yeah.
Let's talk to about see up. With the single dollar will go in 2 days. The way they more going to off in your for the best photo come out now. Then they come out for the woman. Let us stand for her. Hey, my brother, anyone will stand for the woman, nothing will happen, my brother. People will bring about us, actually tear gas or taking off on the street. That is probably not there. We can go and skip. People can listen. But I for cutting in here, you close it. When you come on, you close it. Yeah, but kind of CDC or any opposition, you open your ear. Yes, all work that you crossing our platform. I don't listen to them, but it's not to them one and get listen to it. You close your ear. So I feel the monkey, my brother. All the people I have to work and thank you. That is are giving you so that woman, they say I'll pay for cool because they ask you. Thank you.
I see you. I thank you, G's partner. See you. Hello.
Good afternoon, Sir Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Sam Johnson speaking from Tawata. Come on, we are Chikisu. I want to say we tell our woman sorry, but then we have to find way, at least we the member of the CDC group, it will get smart into drafting and help the labor. Because if we man the unity party, people will keep dying in the country. Myself, I have my little boys children. So what happened to one, it happened to all. It could be another person after this. If we not say the same, we live in the world river. So we asking for everyone of we the CDC people, if you can help, we go there to help the labor. We don't mind because for CDC or not for CDC. This is human business we are talking. If we mind the government, we all will live in the river. So what I get to say.
Yeah,
Thank
nice one. Thank you too. Very good. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Sam Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Sam, this is the voice of Sabu Rasta. Sam, I'm joining the show this evening from Point 4 to be specific, Sam, with you in Zimbabwe. Look, Sam, what I want to say this evening or this afternoon, Sam, if you can recall, Mr. Andrew, and when you play that song, you know the Bible says, let and death it lies within the power of the tongue. There's a song they put in the place, Sam, that kicking, like someone play with pass. Kicking, like someone play. If you for them, won't walk out, baby, like someone. Sam, if you pass two challenges, if you pass two Baba places, for them won't walk out business. Why are you crying today? Why are you crying? Why are you crying? You pass two places for Bwaga. You pass two days for Bwaga. Why are you crying? You got
who now? Who crying?
What are they doing? What are they doing?
No, it's not about politics. No, you don't play fun of.
Let me tell you something
No,
with the
it's
Bible. The Bible says, don't be
it is
deceived.
about the
Don't be
boy.
deceived.
No, listen.
They say, don't be deceived because them.
Listen,
when you
my
are
man,
deceived,
listen
when
now.
you let people to lie to you, when you let people to fool you.
You want to listen? You're just talking like water running down the hill. How do you know? You don't know whether the woman is a supporter of any one of the parties. You don't know whether she's a supporter of Unity Party or she's a supporter of any one of the opposition parties. But it's not about whether she's part of a party or not. It's about human life, yeah. So you can make fun of it. Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, this is Ed Maka, and I'm the visually impaired that they pushing for the return of President Weah. And you know, that is why I have always encouraged my party saying to do away with telling people that that what they subscribe to, that what they wanted. That's like we know some of them what exactly they did. But that are past now, and our interest should be what we can do to encourage people to attract them to our party, making sure that we are successful in the election to come.
Definitely.
So I in sympathy with that lady. You know, it's a serious issue. So the question that we ask is, what is the police IG doing about it? If even they will tell us say their mayor is not responsible, then what's going on? Are they still carrying on investigation? What kind of investigation are they carrying on? The woman is dying there crying with the child. The evidence very, very, very clear. You go through the operation in your government or hospital. You can go there, you get the information. So saying this guy cannot be the one that committed the act, then what can we go for now? I don't know. You know, I listened to that lady. I felt so bad when she was explaining his pain. Because they didn't care. Because normally when you take that injection to go through the operation, in 8 hours, after 8 hours, you start experiencing serious pain. So what they will do, they gave you another one so as to stabilize your condition to suppress the pain. But immediately brought you for the operation, they didn't care again. When the pain returned, they were lying there suffering, going through it. Telling me that you eat the bear, she fighting on the bear. I know what she was talking about because I know it very well. I know what that pig can do to people. You know. But we pray for her. And all of the people that she calling their name, the policeman, the female woman she's talking about, another lady, you know. We thank God, thank you for that. And we hope that all our humanitarian listening, they will be able to follow to do so. And thanks to you for always flashing the canal. Give us story on Clips FA because it's important. They will not talk about it because that is why every day they will come up with all kinds of things so that they'll be able to cover up their wicked eye. But we are going for the wicked eye and bringing it up, not hiding it behind the scene. Look, this whole government, when you talk about Corona crowd, the question will be asking the people how it will be like in a cabinet meeting. This is a senior cabinet position. The father is a senior cabinet minister. The daughter, senior cabinet minister. So when they appear in the cabinet meeting, you have Copper Crowd senior and you have Copper Crowd daughter sitting there in the cabinet position. Where are we? The United Party people are there, so that means there is no qualified person. So the whole government is just divided between Lofa Kante and Dimaka. And when that happens, it's okay. That's it. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Carr, have a nice day. All right. Yes, that's true. Whatever you can do, you do it for the boy, not for the lady, not for Sata. No. Whether Sata is a sedition, a UPS, MPC, Movement for Progressive Change, Citizens Movement for Change, whatever. You don't look at her, you look at the child. It is the boy that is going through. Whatever you do it for the boy. You wouldn't be doing it for the mother. The mother is only the medium by which you get to the boy. You have to understand it that way. Take the politics. I know nobody is neutral on earth. Nobody. Everyone has political preference. But here is a situation of life and death. So which one you will go for? Death or life. You want to go for life. So don't look at it from the woman's standpoint, whether she was or she is a supporter of whatever the political party. Just look at the boy's condition.
Thursday, which is the 5th of February, will be caring for surgery at the time I came to get stuff for him to carry to the hospital. But people, they don't tell me anything. The doctor did not tell me, say, this is what happened to your child. We carry him for surgery or something. Say because he get people like the reason we carry him. He didn't tell me anything. He thought that I was surprised that Wednesday, which was the 4th of February. When the nurse came to me and told me that we prepare your son tomorrow, he will be going for surgery. I said, what? He said, yes. But the doctor he tell you, I said, like the boy told me, the doctor told the boy. He said, but the doctor should have 2 years. So that's how I started calling my Liberian people. I started calling all the public defending. I can't get them. When I call the Solicitor General, which is a fire, he told me that he was busy. I should call him the next day. He was going to talk to me the next day. I call another public defendant on the case, which is Calvin Momolu. Councilor Calvin Momolu. I call him. I couldn't get him. He couldn't even call me back. I only called him so that he will come and be there as waiting to know what they do to the child in there in a sociological room.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Yeah, Mr. Andrew, you know, sometimes we got to tell people the truth.
No, that is not telling the truth. No, listen. No, that is not telling the truth. You do not know. Are you telling me, am I alive? Yeah, you are alive, but you are not telling the truth. If you are telling the truth, you will not. If you are telling the truth, you will state exactly what the person's position is. You were only listen. Hey, my man, listen. My man, your problem, you don't want to listen. You just yell and scream. I want to bring you on again. I don't like that. You listen, my man. You don't want you alone should just be one. What's that? When you talk, you listen. Radio is interaction. You don't listen to your colleagues. Sabu Raja, you're just talking. Water running down the hill. Listen to your colleague. Radio is interaction. We are conversing. The only difference is you on that side and on the side. But it's just the same way you will sit with your colleague in the yard or in the office or anywhere, and you people converse normally. That's how radio looking. So when you say one or two, you want to listen to the voice from the other end. It's conversational. That's how it is. That's what radio is all about. It's not one person just when you finish your other one, now you stop. Nobody can respond. I will look for you. So when you say, oh, you just wait. It is conversational. It's enjoyable when you can listen to the voice on the other side. Okay. So let's have a listen once more, and then we are out.
Which is the 5th of February, will be caring for surgery at the time I came to get stuff for him to carry to the hospital. But people, they don't tell me anything. The doctor did not tell me, say, this is what happened to your child. We carry him for surgery or something. Say because he get people like the reason we carry him. He didn't tell me anything. He thought that I was surprised that Wednesday, which was the 4th of February. When the nurse came to me and told me that we prepare your son tomorrow, he will be going for surgery. I said, what? He said, yes. But the doctor he tell you, I said, like the boy told me, the doctor told the boy. He said, but the doctor should have 2 years. So that's how I started calling my Liberian people. I started calling all the public defending. I can't get them. When I call the Solicitor General, which is a fire, he told me that he was busy. I should call him the next day. He was going to talk to me the next day. I call another public defendant on the case, which is Calvin Momolu. Councilor Calvin Momolu. I call him. I couldn't get him. He couldn't even call me back. I only called him so that he will come and be there as waiting to know what they do to the child in there in a sociological room. Saying they were not prepared for him yet, but only prepare him. None of them become a call. None of them. That's how the woman came for him. It was 2:30 p.m. in the afternoon. She said that your son was ready for him. So I should come for him. I escorted him on reach to the surgical room, to the door. The one told me, say, you get in there, go back outside, or you will sit down over there. Now I was sitting on a chair, all the people were waiting for that patient, and I was in there. I didn't waiting. She brought all her clothes and slipper and thing to me. Now I care about his ass. I didn't say that down there. Later I said, no, man, let me go and be praying. I went inside, I started doing my lay prayer. Later I came outside again. But my heart was just beating. I came outside, I sat down. I started feeling dizzy. I said, no, I can look to myself, nothing will happen. When I came back, I saying now, they carried him from 2:30. They left there, later on. It was around 4. I saw that he was unconscious. They took him from all of the sociological room and carried him to the recovery room. There where he was lying down until it was 4:22. That time I've already gone back in a room now. It was 4:22. I saw the nurse. Like how she brought him, they lay him down, they lay for him, they lay him down on the bed and thing. Like how they left. They left after some time. His eye open. I said, you can see me? He said, yeah. You can hear me? He said, yeah. You know the clothes color like on me? He said, yeah. I said, okay, thank God, just rest. My Liberian people, now small pin, they child going through, you all see a video and thing. When I medicine left that child, tell the child coming down. La boy cry, eating all the bed, crying all around, holding the bed, he won't rule all the bed, break the whole bed. That's how we started calling the nurses. They came, they say yes. I had the people hang paracetamol drip on him. Later on, I had the boy went to sleep in ladder. The doctor came. I said, doctor, what thing happened to my son? Up to now, they cannot tell me what happened. But my Liberian people, they surprising part. They child did not poo for 1 month, 3 days. After the surgery, which was on Friday, on the 7th, the child went in the bathroom. On the 8th, the child went in the bathroom. Up to now, my son not going in the bathroom yet. When he did the surgery, he prescribed medication for me to bath for the child. I bought the medication, he's like making toilet and thing. The boy is taking the medication, but he's not going in the bathroom. Say he went in the bathroom. And imagine he went in the bathroom before I bought a medicine to make him to toilet. He not going in the bathroom. And then Thursday they did it well. Monday they make him to see the boy. He said, how you coming on? The boy said, I trying small. He said, you all right now, eh? The boy said, no. My anus can be holy, it can be hurting me, it can be pinching all inside. He said, you'll be all right. Monday he tell me, say, oh, we'll be observing the man until Friday. Let's see if the toilet, I leave the toilet will not be high and thing. If he will start pooping constantly, pooping normally. That's it, Monday, my Liberian people, the doctor went outside and tell the people, say the boy all right. They should discharge the child. They discharge the boy. The medication, almost feel like medication, I started giving him. We are just been there. They are not been giving him medication because he told the people to discharge him. So every time he'll be crying on his anus.
Let's go home. George Weah, former president, Republic of Liberia, global icon, standard bearer, Congress for Democratic Change, returns to the presidency 2029. Who it is hurting? Who are those that are offended, feeling uncomfortable presently? Not only has it resonated, but it makes people uncomfortable, Unity Party people, when they hear the expression, George Weah returns to the presidency 2029, against their expression, Weah will not return to the presidency again in this country. George Weah, against that, returns to the presidency 2029. Everything is working for George Weah's good. Unity Party, it's campaigning. And here is it. Every person that Unity Party has brought untold suffering on, every person that Unity Party demolished their homes, every person who was allegedly raped by Unity Party official, every person who their child, like Sata, was sodomized allegedly by Unity Party person, Unity Party official, you hold it as grudge against them and you vote against them 2029. The saying is true. Believe that saying as I believe it. It is far better to be with the devil that you have always known, you have understood, you've accustomed with, and live with, than living for a future that is already dirty, bad off, in white gown, called angel. Every angel has something under the sleeve. You are hurt, you are frustrated, you are far from yourself, you aren't normal because of what Unity Party has done to you. Keep it as a legitimate grudge against them. Use it against them. Weaponize them. Make them to know that you have the same power, the same way they dehumanized you, the same way they place you in a condition of not a human being, put them in that same condition. You have the power, you can do it. Do not feel sorry for any Unity Party person. Do not feel sorry for this government. You know what they did to you? I need not explain it. The one who is hurt is the one who can explain the hurt. You are the displaced. They tell you development, but they dehumanized you. They put you in a condition that, if you are not strong, can lead you to your early grave. They're not regretting anything inhumane act they have done to you. They're not regretting it. You hold it against them. Use it against them. Don't reach the point, don't ever reach the point in your life to save anything called marriage between you and Unity Party. Every person who said, yes, even though they did this to me, even though, but you know, we manage it, went under the ground. Don't ever allow any marriage to lead you. The marriage between you and Unity Party has no future. Don't ever attempt to wait for better dates. Don't ever. Unity Party has no better days to give you. That's why they destroy you. They demolished your homes. They displaced you. They sodomized. They rape. They do all sort of evil things. It's because they are your enemies. You don't spare your enemy. Unity Party is your enemy. You can crumble your enemy. You can overcome your enemy. Keep grudge for your enemy. Your enemy is Unity Party. keep grudge for Unity Party. 2026, 2027, 2028, keep it with you. That is a legitimate grudge. That kind of grudge, God can bless you for it. God can protect you. That is a rational grudge. That is a righteous grudge. You're not going to kill anybody. You're only going to do a simple thing, that just as you use your power, your money, everything against us, you put us in a dehumanizing condition. We kept it from 2025, 2026, 2027, 2028. This is how we will weaponize you. Keep that grudge against them. It is a legitimate grudge. Don't be afraid. It is not inhuman grudge like they did. Your grudge is righteous grudge. It's legitimate grudge. God in heaven himself bless you for it. It is a pure grudge. Grudge of purity. Use it against them. Every one of you who are affected by Unity Party, don't take it lightly. They will not restore you. They're not thinking about you. They're making fun of you. They're provoking you by telling you, oh, we'll build this country. You can build a country when you cannot help the person before you destroy. When you go destroying and you destroy, then you say we'll build this country. They are telling you that you're stupid, you're dull, you're peasant, you're downtrodden, and you are fools. Hence, accept your condition, accept your fate, and move on. Find somewhere else. Whoever can help you by the wayside, they can help you. Whoever can give you bread, fine. Even if you died along the way. That's how they see you. They see you as peasants. That's why they call you ordinary citizens. And I have never liked that expression. I've never attempted to use it. It's not a good expression. I've never liked that expression. Ordinary citizens, it means you're below, far below, that you are down, you are peasant, you are just not the value, essence of anything or human being. Just like Martin Luther King said. Martin Luther King said, not as persons, but as things to be used. Did you listen? You need to get that of Martin Luther King. He said, not as persons, but as things. They see you not as persons, but as things. Things. And that's how these people see you. That's how they treat you. And they have no regret whatsoever. Now you can reciprocate. You can reciprocate. And they brought the doctrine of reciprocity with, how they call the guy from El Salvador? How they call him, I don't know, Amingo or Abrigo. They brought the doctrine of reciprocity. You can use the doctrine of reciprocity in anything. Use the doctrine of reciprocity against them. Tell them that God is not producing new votes. Everything they said against you, every cheek, every sarcastic expression they brought against you. When people using those kinds of expression, let me tell you what it means. When people look at you and say, God is not producing, God is not making new lands. When they look at you using all of those lines, you know what they're telling you? They're telling you you are peasants. You are downtrodden. You're not part of a class. You are just a native. You are just think about the lowest of human existence. That's how they see you. That anything happen to you, they don't care. You see how they're treating Sata and her son? You see it? You see how they're treating Sata and her son? Say anything, whatever happened to him, no problem. Our own, he's okay. We can protect him. All of these, you United Party people, let me speak to you people directly. Everything that you people doing, they are working for the good of former President George Weah. If you people would think that these people, when you put one or two things, or you greater one or two roles, and these people will come back and say, yes, the government is doing well, the government was right, you are mistaken. These people will use it. You know the African mentality, when they fix something in their mind, you go up, you come down. They're done with you. You're not the first person. You're not the first government. Be ranting all over the place. We develop this country. We develop this country. You sat down. Prophet Key's wife, you have second thought. If I were to advise you people, and I am advising you people publicly, you go against Unity Party, you see what they do to you? Oh, yes. Prophet Key, you see how God works. Prophet Key's wife, Madam, you see how God works? You see her? Every person who comes as come in white gown as angel is devil. When you with the angel, you will say the angel that devil. You were 6 years insulting George Weah. He never had time. He did not move him whatsoever. He did not see you as enemy, Prophet Key. He did not see you at Senator Prince Johnson's funeral. The former president showed you a clear heart, gracious. He demonstrated, he humbled himself. He dropped his status, moved to you at your own request. He did not fend you off. He did not, even though you brag, he said that we are came to you. We are excited to take picture with you. Granted, let's take it that way hypothetically or for the discussion. It shows Weah's humility. It shows you the men that you say that the devil stands to take picture. The devil say, I ain't got nothing against you. You are a human being. You're entitled to your opinion. The angel comes. The angel say, it made no sense. Go to jail for 6 years. Go in a burning fiery furnace. The angel poured you in a burning fiery furnace. Prophet Key's wife, you start having second thought. Now you know the man you say, the men are the bad men. You see now, the bad man show himself to you. But if we can watch the show, you see the bad man will be so nice. They're doing all kinds of stuff. Yeah, you get. By the time you get close to the bad man, forget it. He's stabbing you straight on the neck or in the back. Then you start regretting that when you're laying out on the ground with your blood spilling. Then you start thinking about that person that you were with and you were saying all kinds of things. That's how you're looking. That now you're thinking, majority of the people this is a candid observation I'm giving you. We in the midst of people, we around, we hearing discussion, we're giving eardrop and all. Majority of the people, they are now saying to themselves that had we known what we had against this man, what we portrayed him to be, is not. The people who say that they are angels, the people we look up to, the Messiah, look where we are. At Senator Prince Johnson's funeral, the man took picture with you. The The man took picture with you. You went and put it up and say, former president, we have begged you to take photo with him. So let's consider that. It shows his humility. It shows his respect for people. It shows that people, he respects people's opinion. They're entitled to their opinion. But ultimately, he will not go against anybody. Prophet Key's wife, at that situation, former President Weah could have snubbed. Everything was in his purview to do that, but that is not his nature. Yeke Koluba, all those years, Yeke Koluba said all manner of things against him, cursing. It was the same George Weah said that devil called Yeke. And we can cite several incidences. It's always good to be with the devil that you know than be embracing of an angel that you will take time to know. Before you can get to know that angel, you are dead. That's what's happening with Unity Party people. Now, 6 months in jail on no condition. Former President Weah would have sent Prophet Key to jail. On no condition. Even if Prophet Key has stayed in Liberia in Weah's time, and because Weah for 6 years, he was being in this country 6 years, enjoying his freedom of expression, as others were in this country 6 years causing George Weah. He never sent them to jail. They caused the pro tem, they caused the speaker, they caused everybody in this country, all of the women. Former President Weah did not do anything to them. Then a man sitting in another country, his own fear kept him back. So you see, now you see now that the man you portray as devil, that's not the devil. The real devil in your midst now, that the real devil sending you to jail. You see it? The real devil, the one that you said are angel, that the devil sending you to jail. In the devil, in the angel atmosphere, the thing that God said, I won't see, I will never hear it, that the thing they're doing, sodomizing. The one that can lead God instantly to destroy a whole place. That the thing they're doing, that the angel. You see how God works? Oh man, I can see why Paul said pray for the spirit of discernment, so you are no good from evil, angel from devil. I see you. Oh God. Weah returns to the presidency 2029. Yeah, whether you like it or not, you're sticking in your ear, you're putting in your rooms, in your living room, your bathroom, you're everywhere. You put it there. Yeah. You live with it, you discuss it. Wherever, which way, Weah returns to the presidency 2029. I see you. So the news is on at 6. You want to join us for that, please? The news is on at 6, King's Newsroom at 6. Join us for that. And then at 8 o'clock, the doctor himself is in, the teacher of the land, the light of the nation, the evangelist and Anthony at law, A.B. Weah with Face the Issues. Until tomorrow, George Weah returns to the presidency 2029. This is how we go home.
Two leaders walking different lives. One leads with love, the other spite. George Weah and Joseph both can stand so clear. One brings hope, one brings fear. George Weah, he rules with with gentle hands, lifts the weak and understands. Every soul gets equal chance, compassion flows in his advance. When the people need him near, he steps down to dry their tears. Plays with kids and helps the old. His warm heart can't be sold. Oh, Joe's where leaves with love so true. Every day his care shines through, while the other spreads the pain. Joseph Boca brings the storm.